Hello, and welcome to the Table and Well podcast. I'm Tennison.
And I'm Ginelle. Thank you for joining us as we discuss topics and give practical tools that help you live, grow, and be in healthy, joy-filled relationship with God, yourself, and others.
For more information and resources, or if you're looking for coaching, connection, and community, visit tableandwell.org. We hope you enjoy this podcast. You are listening to Fingerprints, how God is transforming the relational health of His family. All throughout this series, you will hear transformational stories from everyday people just like you. But what if this transformation isn't just for them? What if it's for you too? I want to let you know that it is for you as well. And that's why we've created Relational Collabs, intentional spaces where this type of transformation becomes real. These are small, safe communities where you will practice the skills that will help you grow and build joy, rebuild your trust, enable you to stay present in the middle of hard moments, help you deeply connect to God, yourself, and others, and experience the authentic connection that your heart was designed for. See, this is more than just another class or a book study or even a Bible study. This is real life. This is hands-on. This is heart-connected, and it's changing lives. If you're tired of disconnection, and if you're longing for something more, don't just listen to these stories, become one. For more information, or to join our fall collabs starting in September, go to tableandwell.org/collabs. You were never meant to walk this journey alone. And your healing is part of how God is leaving His fingerprints in the transformation of the relational health of His family. Hello, and thank you for joining us today on the Table and Well podcast. We are excited that you are here with us today. We are actually starting a new series today, and it is called Fingerprints, how God is transforming the relational health of His family. And we are going to be taking some time over the next few weeks and talking to some different leaders, some friends, some ordinary, everyday people that are on this journey of growing in relational health and are part of this, what we want to call this relational revival, to be more like who God designed us to be.
Yeah.
And so today we actually get the privilege to talk to a friend of ours. We had the joy of meeting her in Canada when we did a workshop there at a church, and it has been an absolute joy and honor to hang out and get to know Miss Verinia Lazan. And we are so glad that you're here with us. Thank you for being here.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm so glad to be here too.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun today, and we're just going to have a conversation, and we're really excited about that.
Yeah. Yeah. So to start the podcast, let's just talk a little bit about what started you on your journey to relational health.
Well, what started me? I think if I look at my life, I always wanted to grow spiritually and in my relationships with my family. Um, I I saw the brokenness, and I just didn't know how to really fix it, or how
Yeah.
to even where do I go get help, and
Yeah.
or where do I start? So really, it's been a journey. But if I asked the Lord, it started really when I met you guys, when you came to Canada to our church and introduced us to this Table and Well, and it was like, what is this? So it started there really, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
preparation that the Lord brought us there. So
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you learn in that training that really just kind of awakened you to this possibility of shift in the way
well,
that you relate?
connect.
Connection. Yeah.
Connection.
I think the training session to me it was a lot of information, and it was like, wow, this is a lot to process. But to me was when we were actually doing a table.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Tennison was there, and he explained to us, okay, just gonna, share, and this is how we're gonna do it. And I never thought, because the people that were with us, I didn't really know them. And I see this couple at church, but in
Mm-hmm.
that Catholic church. And so that I actually open up so quickly and I feel safe. And I, yeah, so that to me was a
Wow.
wow. That I was crying, I think immediately. I was like, and sharing about my very deep, um, my heart. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
it just like, whoa, that was like, I think that what impacted me.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was I remember that because yes, I was at your
Yes,
table, and actually I think the interesting thing is that you were actually first, like you were to my left,
yes,
and and
yeah, that's what.
and then you just kind of we do this and we do by example or we model. So I started for I shared first, and then you went next, and you jumped right in, and so I really that's really honestly I think a testament to the ability to do this well because like you said you didn't know the people at the table really well and you were first and you just kind of jumped right in. You said you felt safe to do that and
Yes.
right up front and off the bat, and you set the tone really for the rest of the table that we were able to really connect in a really deep way and
Hmm.
hold space for each other, and it was really powerful that
Hmm.
time there.
And
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, and now you've gone on to lead tables yourself, right?
yes, yes, yes.
Tell us about that. Tell us what that's like.
Well, that's it's it's been transformative, if I can just say that.
Yeah.
Um and the connections that you started to develop, it just, from surface to deep, deep, and to really know them. And a space what for the first time in many years as a leader, I felt seen, heard, and
Mm,
know.
wow.
Mm,
It was a space for me to be able to do that.
yeah.
Um, I always felt that I was, as a leader or hosting, that's what I would do, in caring, serving, that everybody's good, everybody's taken care. But
Mm-hmm.
when it came to my turn, it's like, wow, it's like, oh, I can do this. That's what I love about it. That's what I
Yeah.
Mm,
truly, truly love about it. That I
yeah.
can, get into it with everybody, and we
Yeah.
wrestle together, and we love each other, and we encourage, and we just be with
Mhm.
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that to me, it has been like, wow. And I seen and others like that we just had a table, and well, just on Tuesday. And
Okay.
I say, what is your biggest takeaway? Tell us your feedback. The deep connection that they have never felt it in other groups. It's like,
Mm,
whoa,
yeah.
it's just amazing. I call it pure gold because that's what I receive from you guys and from the Lord. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That's a
love
great
that.
way to put it. Pure
Yeah.
gold. Because
Pure.
it does feel like that. It's just
Yeah.
it's so pure
Precious.
and
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, it's very precious.
Yeah. That.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm curious. You mentioned it a little bit, but I'm really curious as to so as you've been on this journey and you've started, you're leading and you're hosting tables as well,
Yeah.
and you're holding space for people and you're doing all those things. How has that been? I mean, and like I said, I know you alluded to this a little bit, but I'm really curious if you can elaborate a little bit too on how has it been a shift from doing life groups or small groups before and now just kind of hosting and doing the thing where now it's really focused on the relational
Yes.
connection piece. What's the difference? What have you really noticed, or how has that changed in like for you and the people that are a part of what you're doing?
Yes. When I was, thinking about that and talking to Jesus about it, it was just that immediately the word came, shift atmosphere immediately,
Mm,
because when you come in and into appreciation, because as you know, we connect with God like
Hmm.
immediately. I
mhm.
mean, it's just like, we having the food or drinks and seeing each other, loving, just being, having these smiles. But we're going into that place of connecting with God first.
Hmm.
And then as we share, we connect with each other. And I think for me, from other groups, leading, hosting for many, many years, um, I seen the presence of God all the
Mm,
time. But this one is like immediately together, all of us,
Yeah.
we
I
go
love
in.
that. Yeah.
Almost like all of us in unity. And that's
Yeah.
like, wow, we can do this. And sometimes we're in that space, and sometimes I get, okay, everybody, you can open your eyes, and everybody's like, we're still,
Do we
like
have to?
with smiles or with tears, or it's just in a space of you coming to rest, to that shalom,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ah,
right? So it's
yes.
just like, um, yeah, it's been yeah, beautiful. Yeah.
That's really cool.
That's great.
That's really
I
cool.
love that. Yeah.
So you've done tables from the because you learned those at the Relational Leadership Intensive. And now too, you're also part of our collabs and I don't
Yes.
know how many weeks in now. What are we?
I think it
Week
started
eight?
in April the 14th or something, or I mean, yeah,
Yeah. So I
Mhm.
think
weeks.
you're,
Yeah,
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 six, 7, 8 weeks in.
yep.
Um, Tell us about that. How has that been transforming in a different way? What have you learned there?
Oh, that has been like God is taking me by surprise, if that's the title. Being taken by surprise by the
I love
Lord
it.
in a way that like I I love deeply, and I care for people, family, and and I think this one, it has just given me this stir in my soul. Hey, everybody needs to do this. Hey, like it's just not only for me, but now it's like, hey, we need to just let's take that. Like I mentioned to you, hey, Spanish, like
Yeah.
you guys do this in Spanish. Like it's just been absolutely um like every time I read my interactions, I write my interactions, I talk to the Lord, it just, I don't know, it's just becoming full aware. It's like waking up
Mm,
Mm,
to the consciousness of God and his goodness, his presence. We say constantly, we know he's with us, he's Emmanuel, but
mhm.
to just being in that connection all the time,
Right.
and that,
yeah.
rest and joy, right? But just it's almost it's just no, it has given me such a joy, and um it's like an explosion. I don't know how to say. That's like,
Oh, I love
yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
beautiful.
so being a person who is incredible at caring for others, and we got to experience that when we were with you on the retreat. You just care and you can't even help yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just have this beautiful spirit of hospitality.
yeah,
How are you noticing collabs being something that's really changing you first? Because I know that's so hard for us who tend to care for everyone else and make sure
yes.
everyone else has what they need.
Mhm.
We spend a lot of time in collabs focusing on like us as people first.
Yeah.
How's that been different for you?
What has really changed is to care for myself, um and stepping into just being like, like usually as a caregiver, and we talked
Mhm.
earlier, as a parent, as a wife, as a friend, as a mother, grandmother, a guardian, you want
Mhm.
to care. And immediately you want to, okay, how can we fix this? How can we help you? I see a better way.
Yeah.
And it just really learning to just be, and like praying, waiting, and
Mhm.
discerning. And okay, I can be with you. I won't take over. I don't want that on
Uh,
me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
really, so you know how much I love you and care,
yeah.
and waiting for the response, because sometimes we jump into, oh, you need this, oh, we should do this, instead of, like just being and loving them. So for me, is I'm in a journey of caring for myself. That's what the Lord is inviting me to rest. But
Yeah.
like when you caring a lot, sometimes you're not able to care for really well for the
It's
other
true.
people,
Very
because you're
true.
like, oh, depleting, getting upset quickly, and frustrated quickly, or your emotions jump, and the reactions, right? So I think, Janelle, you mentioned about, when we're in the airport, and then you go into the flight and the plane, and if something happened, put your mask first and then to your child. Oh,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
sometimes you're like, oh, I want to put your mask, and I'm in a bar.
And then
Then
you fall out. And I,
yeah, totally out.
yeah.
But so true. Like for me, collapse has been in a place, a space, and I'm learning to, hey, it's okay to, like taking care of myself, my emotions, and just being with my family, my children, my grandchildren,
Mm-hmm.
and hold them in that space of, I love you. I'm glad to be with you, even though
Mm-hmm.
they have in these heavy emotions, but not take over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
good.
That's really good.
Okay.
So I'm curious along those same lines with you, learning to, like you said, take care of yourself. How how has that is because well, I'm gonna say this question and but how has that changed the relationship with yourself? Because a lot, that's one thing we don't really talk about a lot is, like we talk about relationship with God, relationship with other people, but we don't really talk about how we even connect back to ourselves. And so
Yeah.
you on this journey of growing and becoming relationally healthy and relationally mature, all the words that we could use, how has that changed your relationship with yourself?
Well, the first thing that come to mind is that I don't feel guilty. The
Mm.
shame of not being able to be everywhere,
Mm,
it's not there. That
wow.
Wow.
it's okay. That it's
Yeah.
okay if I cannot be everywhere. Because sometimes as a caregiver, you tend, if you say no, or you cannot do it, or you come back into that heavy conversation and you're like, I'm sorry, I cannot do this for you right now, even though
Hmm.
they ask you because they know you're gonna do it.
Hmm.
Obviously,
Yeah.
being allowing yourself that grace
Yeah.
and not feeling that shame. And if you
Hmm.
feel that shame, okay, it's good to feel it, but hey, I'm not living in there anymore.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not gonna
good.
rule. It's not gonna carry me to the weeks and
Yeah.
months or years,
Wow.
whatever
Yeah.
it is, right? Because you didn't do that back then, or you did it
Yeah.
for somebody else, but not for me. So
Right. Wow.
in me, it's like just releasing that grace and allowing the Lord just to heal those places that, that's okay. Because
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
reality, you cannot do and be everything and do everything and be everything for everyone.
Hmm.
that's true.
So
That's so
it's
good.
just, but loving them, yes. Having
Yes.
that
Yes.
connection in the midst of heaviness and hardship and even disagreement,
Yeah.
Hmm.
but come back to just say, I don't agree, but I love you. I see through, like, the eyes of heaven.
Hmm.
I see how the Father sees you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, so to me it's just that, like, okay, that freedom. Oh, I don't feel that. It's okay. It's okay to say
Yeah.
no. It's okay to say and not feeling that guilt or shame. That's been the biggest thing for me as a
Yeah.
caregiver.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. It's
It's
so
so
big.
good. It's really big.
So big.
Yeah.
So how has this information or these concepts changed your marriage? As I'm sitting here with you, I'm like, there are so many parts of your life that this has touched.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. When we went to the marriage retreat that you guys put in Atlanta, well, it was like, um, yeah, it was all about, like getting to know Fred and myself and such a deep level. Like we did emotional intelligence course prior to coming. So that
Hmm.
was, how when you saying yes to healthy relationships, connections, and allowing the Lord to go into those places,
Hmm.
it just God ordained to me, like, So for me, this has been transformed because we actually holding a space for each other
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
coming quickly into, I'm sorry, you know what, I shouldn't say that, or the way I reacted, I was just feeling, or so really it opens in a space, a safe space for us to have those emotions, but don't disconnect like we used to do.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or sometimes just do not understand and move on in life. And I
Yeah.
really come back and really connect because when you have something in your heart, yes, you say yes, but deep down it's, oh, but he hurt me. So for me and him now it's like, no, it's true. Just
Hmm.
like we were talking about, hey, how are we gonna do this at Table and Well? We can do it just with each other. all through the summer, because in the summer we're not gonna have it, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
and with our friends and with our children, and we had a couple that came for coffee because they want to connect, and they connect us with us because they speak Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, we're gonna do table and well, but we're not gonna tell them. We're gonna just, no, in a sense, because when you
Yeah.
start, you go with the questions and all that, but when it becomes in your DNA, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
there's something in yours, and it was beautiful. It was absolutely said, oh, wow. And actually, they still up to, it was 10:30 at night. They left from 7, so it was like, whoa, and they came only for coffee. So, so Fred and I is like, yes, Fred, I'm feeling that way. Having those spaces, so has been for us, like, because the desire to to know each other deeply, to connect
Mm-hmm.
deeply in this season with the Lord is um like an adventure. It's like,
Yeah.
even though we're in a stage of elders, we're like kids and teenagers that, okay, I want to know you deeply, Fred. I want to really laugh and cry
Mm.
and do life
Yeah.
and don't stay disconnected just because things happen in life, because life happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But stay that. So yeah,
It's
it's exciting. It
it's
has
so
like
good.
just
That's so good because you've been married how long?
37 years,
37 years.
38.
I love it.
Oh,
We don't know
yeah.
what you're talking about.
For those of you who
No,
couldn't see
no.
that, who are only listening to the Audible, that was Verinia showing the peaks and valleys of
Oh, yeah, yeah.
being
I was,
married for decades.
Yes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, like if like I mean, we don't know people stories, but we were at one point on a brink of divorce, Fred and I.
Yeah.
And I know God saved us. And
Mm-hmm.
God has so much for marriages, for families,
Yeah.
for the next generation. And that's you guys, these table
Mm.
and well, these tools, these amazing. Yeah, it's just transformative and it's like a catching of fire and just
Mm.
beautiful. It's just
Yeah.
so special. And that's what I said. It's precious, valuable, and it is just easy to enter in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's easy to enter in and being able to be safe because you choose if you want to share. You choose what you start asking, what do I need? And ask for it.
Yeah.
And in a space that people not only respect, but like really seeing and hearing you and hear, seeing and actually, like really knowing you in a deeper way. So it's just being transformed in so many ways. So
Yeah.
thank you for, the creativity to put this together.
Yeah.
It's just
Mm.
um
Yeah.
life-saving, transformative. Yeah, I call it pure gold. The Lord gave me that picture and that vision. So yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
We are so honored to steward it. It has
Yeah.
Yeah.
been a gift,
And
a
hearing
huge
and
gift.
just even hearing you talk about it here, and we've heard a lot before, but hearing this again, it's it's that reminder of like this is why we
Do what we do.
do what we do,
Yep.
and it
Yeah.
brings so much joy. Yeah, and like I love it, and it's an honor to watch you grow and to walk with you
Yes.
on this journey. So
Yeah. And to wholeheartedly apply it
yeah,
in so many spaces of your life.
yep,
Yeah, well, thank you. It's an honor really to do this journey together, and thank you for sharing that and coming to Canada. That's wow, that was nice.
Yeah. We
It's
just,
yeah,
started.
we'll be back again.
yeah. We will be. Don't
We'll
know
be
Yes.
when.
back again for
but
sure.
yeah. You've been listening to the Table and Well podcast. New episodes stream every Tuesday. If you have enjoyed this podcast, please leave us a review to let us know. Also, subscribe on your favorite listening platform to stay up to date on all things Table and Well. To learn more, start your journey, or get information on how Table and Well can help develop your community, family, or teams to be relationally healthy and authentically connected, please go to tableandwell.org/collab to schedule an interest call, or you can email us directly at known@tableandwell.org.